will hold their hands up as a reminder for you to remain seated, and we ask that you remain seated out of respect to them until the entire graduating class has left the field house. They will go out onto Main Street, where you may then follow them out and greet them. But again, our marshals and officers will stand up. They will hold their hands up as a reminder for you to remain seated during the benediction, and immediately preceding the benediction, your graduate will march out, and let's give them that respect and let them have the floor at that time. I want to congratulate you. Again, if you have a son or daughter or family member that's graduating today, that's a good sign they have not been in my office in the last 4 years. So again, I'm going to go join our processional, and our program will begin in just a moment. So please have a seat at this time.
Good morning. My name is Mark Henson, and I am the Senior Executive for the Advancement Office, which includes the Office of Alumni Relations for the University. I'm honored to be here with you today to induct the North Carolina Wesleyan class of 1973 into the Golden Bishops Circle. The Golden Bishops Circle, affectionately known as the GBC, was started in 2021 by the Office of Advancement in collaboration with the university leadership as a way to honor graduates that have reached their 50th year as Bishop alumni. By creating the GBC, we aim to keep the history of Wesleyan and your educational journey alive. We want to celebrate its past, we want to honor its present, and inspire our future. Members of the class of 1973, will you please rise at this time to be recognized? If you will remain standing, as the newest members of the GBC, you're entitled to certain privileges that enable you to engage and reconnect with the university and your classmates in an exciting new way. Some of these include Golden Bishop Circle social media pages, select invitations to alumni events, special discounts at the university store, and access to publications and information selectively prepared just for you. I speak for the Office of Advancement, the executive leadership, and administration when I say that we are excited at how you, as GBC members, choose to continue to support and facilitate the ongoing growth and success of your alma mater, North Carolina Wesleyan University. On behalf of the Wesleyan alumni community, the Office of Advancement, and the now over 600 members of the GBC community around the world, it is a great honor and pleasure to welcome you, the class of 1973, as members of North Carolina Wesleyan University's Golden Bishops Circle. Ladies and gentlemen, with us today are these representatives from the class of 1973. They will be joining other classmates this afternoon on campus for their 50th class reunion. Please give them a great round of applause to congratulate them on reaching this milestone. Thank you. And now, it is time. Will everyone please stand if able as we begin the commencement processional.
Before we have our opening prayer, our invocation on this morning, I invite you over the 2 Timothy, the 4th chapter and the 7th verse. Paul is writing this letter to Timothy. He says, I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race, and I have remained faithful. And just briefly, I just would like to share from this subject, a fight through the finish. One article shares the story of an amazing feat of strength displayed by a marathon runner from Africa. John Akwari from Tanzania was just another marathon runner. When he arrived in Mexico City, he encountered obstacles that he had never faced before. Still, he kept running. He hurt his knee, injured his arm, and yet he kept running. There were 75 persons who began the race with him, and he was the last of 57 to complete the race. When a news reporter came to him and asked him the question, "What gave you the strength to keep going?" John Akwari looked and he said to the reporter, "My country did not send me to start the race. My country sent me to finish it." I'm glad on this morning, class 2023, that God has given you the strength to finish the race. If I could just offer you 3 things that Paul said, and then we'll pray. First of all, he said, fight well. The reality is that all of us have to deal with ups and downs in our lives. Along your journey, you've had times that you've been disappointed by family and friends, but God gave you the strength to fight well. Secondly, you ought to remain faithful. Whether you're up, whether you're down, whether you can buy a text or your phone is dry, as you walk across this stage, keep in mind that it's important to remain faithful. But then finally, you have to finish strong. A lot of people will judge you based on where you start. And some people think that they have an advantage because of where they start. But it's not about how you start, but it's about how you finish. Some of us in the class of 23 started with different people. But I'm just glad to know that your testimony today, and in case anybody tries to throw shade your way, let them know I finished what I started. I said you have to not just finish, but you have to finish strong. And may God give you everything you need as you walk across the stage and go into various areas of your life to continue to finish strong. God, we thank you for this moment. We honor you in the beauty of holiness. We thank you, oh God, for bringing us to this day, this place, and this space. I pray, God, that as we celebrate our graduates and their families, God, that we would celebrate you. Because it's been your hand on these, my brothers and sisters, oh God, that you have brought them to this point. So now, God, get the glory from the time that we have together. In Jesus' name we do pray. Amen. You may be seated.
At this time, we'd like to ask all veterans to please stand. We'd like to thank you for your service to our country. So any veterans out there, please stand up to be recognized. Thank you. Now, if I can get everyone to please stand as the colors are presented by the North Carolina Wesleyan University Army ROTC, followed by Letitia Scott, 2006 alumni, singing the Star Spangled Banner.
say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we've held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we've watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Order, arms!
Letitia, thank you for always singing and doing an amazing job for us. You're a proud alum, and we're proud of you. Thank you. It is my great pleasure to welcome everyone to this celebration, which honors a group of promising graduates who, through intelligence, discipline, and hard work, have earned degrees from North Carolina Wesleyan University. Let's make some noise for these graduates. This is indeed a joyous occasion, a time when we celebrate learning and academic achievement. It's also a time when we recall once again that few worthwhile things are achieved without the help and support of others. Give your friends, family, and the network of people that were part of your journey a round of applause. Your degree is provided by an institution which seeks not only to dispense knowledge and develop the habits of lifelong learning, but also expects its graduates to be responsible citizens, contributors to the common good, and individuals who care about others. As we celebrate together, we acknowledge the obligations all of us have to help to bring about a better world. As we close out this academic year, let us all reflect on Wesleyan's ability to provide a learning experience that is personal, practical, and purpose-driven. With that said, it is my honor, pleasure, and privilege to introduce our May 2023 commencement speaker. Renee Chu is a 3-time Emmy Award-winning anchor reporter for WRAL TV News. You can wake up with her every weekday morning on WRAL from 4:30 to 7 a.m. and from 7 to 8 a.m. on Fox 50. She also anchors the WRAL noon newscast, anchoring for a total of 4.5 hours of live TV every day, in addition to special assignments. She joined WRAL in October 2004 as a general assignment reporter. Over the years, she has served as the weekend morning anchor and the weekend evening anchor. Renee was promoted to weekday morning anchor in March of 2014. Renee won a regional Emmy for general assignment reporting in 2015. Her coverage of Hurricane Sandy earned her a regional Emmy in 2014, as well as the distinction of Best Weather Reporting from the North Carolina Associated Press Broadcast Awards. She also won an Emmy in 2013 for her work on the Kathy Taft murder trial. Her reports have also generated awards from the Radio Television Digital News Association of the Carolinas, Iowa Associated Press Broadcasters Association, and the Missouri Broadcaster Association. Prior to WRAL, she worked as an anchor reporter for KCRG-TV in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and KOMU-TV in Columbia, Missouri. Renee earned her broadcast journalism degree from the University of Missouri-Columbia. She is a founding member and past president of the North Carolina chapter of the Asian American Journalist Association. Renee also enjoys making community appearances throughout the year, from emceeing fundraisers and special events to talking with students who are aspiring to be journalists. Originally from Michigan, Renee is happy to call North Carolina home with her husband Mike and her daughter Elsa, who is 8. Please give a warm Wesleyan welcome to Miss Renee Chu.
Good morning, everyone. Every morning, I greet viewers with those 2 words, and today is indeed a good morning. I'm honored to be here to help celebrate with you one of the most defining and memorable milestones of your life. Congratulations on this outstanding achievement. Graduating from North Carolina Wesleyan University is the result of your determination, drive, and hard work to set yourself on the path to success and a lifelong journey of learning. This is a day to reflect on how far you've come and to admire the view after the hard climb. Your milestone coincides with a milestone anniversary of mine. 25 years ago, I graduated from the University of Missouri-Columbia with a broadcast journalism degree. 25 years. While I was sitting in my cap and gown listening to our commencement speaker, never did I imagine that 25 years later, I would be standing before a graduating class to share my journey and lessons learned along the way. So for a quarter century, I've been working in local television news, and 18 and a half of them at WRAL TV. And this is where you're probably thinking to yourself, there's no way. She doesn't look that old. She must have started there when she was 12. And this is where I thank Mom and Dad for the ageless genes, because that's coming in handy in this stage of life. And what I'm thinking when I say that I've been at WRAL for 18 and a half years now is that I realize I've been working at the station almost as long as some of you have been alive, which is pretty crazy. You follow the traditional collegiate path, and the possibilities before you are endless. There are also graduates here who understand how quickly the years go by, who have decades under their belt, and they are proof that it is never too late to set a goal and conquer it. I say to you, you are an inspiration and the definition of what is possible when you put in the work. Today we've come to celebrate a new chapter in your collective stories, and I've come here to share a little bit of mine. My job title may be news anchor and journalist, but what a journalist really is a storyteller. My job entails asking people about their stories, Tell me what you think. Tell me what happened. Tell me what went through your mind. Sometimes it's as simple as, tell me a little about you. What is your story? I want you to remember that everybody has a story. We are all intriguing. We are all complex. We all have challenges. We all experience heartbreak. We all experience joy. You are at an amazing, exciting point in your life right now because your experience at North Carolina Wesleyan University, your investment in higher education will shape you, transform you, and set you on a trajectory. This is also a time to think, what would you like your story to be? You are the author of your own story, and it's exciting to think about the chapters in your life you have yet to experience. My story really begins with my parents, who were born and raised in Taiwan. My dad had always wanted to come to the U.S. to pursue higher education, and he was accepted into the PhD program at Michigan State for mechanical engineering. My mom, who was engaged to him at the time, left her family and friends to come to the States to start a new life with him. She eventually studied to become a registered dietitian. They got married, my brother was born, and then me. We were raised in a bicultural household where my parents spoke Mandarin Chinese, and we did as well. I learned English primarily through TV, watching Sesame Street and Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Family dinners, we used chopsticks, ate bowls of rice. On Saturdays, my brother and I went to Chinese language school, and we would spend an entire afternoon in class learning to read and write Chinese. I resented that so much as a kid, but now I feel so fortunate that I can speak 2 languages. Growing up, I had my circle of friends, but other kids could be pretty mean, taunting and teasing me for my parents' accented English, making fun of my last name, the shape of my eyes, the unusual foods that I would bring to lunch. I've heard all the racial slights and slurs on the playground, at school, out in the community. I spent a good amount of my childhood wishing that I looked like everyone else. I so wanted to look like what the mainstream culture at the time defined as beautiful. I was embarrassed of how foreign my parents seemed. Being different can make you a target for teasing, for taunting, for exclusion. It took me years and decades later to embrace my Asian American identity and to realize that it is something to be celebrated, that it is something of which to be proud. By the time I was in middle school, I knew I wanted to be a journalist. My parents would always watch the network evening news. And I remember when a broadcast journalist named Connie Chung would appear on the CBS Sunday Evening News. Now, I realize that half of you have probably never even heard of her, but I know that there are those of you where that name is likely familiar. Connie is in her 70s now. She's been an anchor and reporter for all the major television networks over the years. In the 1990s, she was the first Asian American and Asian American woman to co-anchor a primetime national evening broadcast. It seemed awesome to have a front row to history. When I saw her anchoring the national news broadcast, it made me think, if someone who looked like me could be on TV reporting the news, then maybe I could as well. I've always enjoyed writing. English was one of my favorite subjects, and I became the editor of my high school newspaper. I loved being in the know, and if I didn't know the answer, I loved the process of searching for and discovering that answer. I also enjoyed writing about issues we saw at school, putting that into print, having people read about it, and then having the administration change or form a new policy as a result of us spotlighting these issues. That was the power of the press, and I was hooked. So thinking ahead to college, I decided I wanted to major in journalism. I was accepted to the University of Missouri in Columbia, the country's first school of journalism, and still one of the best. I loved print, but I chose to major in broadcast journalism because I felt TV had staying power for the future. During my college years, I worked at KOMU TV, the NBC affiliate that was owned by the University of Missouri, and it was a great training ground for me. That's where I learned to shoot video, write news copy, do a live shot, and even anchor a broadcast. All my life, I wanted to be a journalist, and it was quite a revelation to me that I was not a natural at it. Some people seem to have the gift, and others have to work at it. and I'm in the latter category. I watched other anchors and reporters to try and emulate them. I really worked on my writing to be able to tell stronger stories using the best video. I had constant critiques with my professors. We would go back and look at my stories and talk about what I could have done differently to make them stronger. Through grit, practice, and feedback, I slowly got better. Trying to get my first job out of college was rough and demoralizing. I joke about being only 12 when I started at WREL. Well, I looked about 12 years old when I graduated from college. News directors told me I looked too young to be credible. And that was frustrating because really there's not much more you can do to look older. I applied for dozens of reporter jobs in small market TV stations, got rejection after rejection. Weeks after graduation turned into months. Meanwhile, so many of my peers had gotten hired by stations all across the country, some in pretty good-sized cities, and some were already even anchoring. I continued working at my college station to improve my reporting skills, meanwhile taking road trips to talk to news directors and try to convince them to hire me. Thank goodness for my parents and their support. I know they were probably really worried that I didn't have a job right out of college, but they had faith in me and trusted that I would eventually get my break. Finally, 4 months after I graduated, a station in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, took a chance on me to give me my start. Not the most exciting locale, but the news director saw something in me and gave me that opportunity. All it takes is one yes to change everything. After putting in 6 years in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, I was coming up on the end of my contract, and I knew I wanted a change. And a guy I was dating at the time, named Mike, who would later become my husband, named off a few cities that he'd be interested in moving to work and live, and one of them was the Triangle. I'd never been to North Carolina. I started looking into the TV stations in Raleigh. I had heard of WREL because I had gone to a journalism conference where I met Ken Smith, who was reporting at WREL. Called him up, asked him about the station, asked him about the area. WREL had a reporter opening, so I applied. And with Ken's good word, the news director called me in for an interview, and in October of 2004, I started reporting for WREL. I've covered my fair share of crimes and tragedies. That unfortunately has become a sad truth of local news as we report on what's happening in our communities. Covered a lot of boring meetings, stood outside dark buildings doing live shots. I've been blasted by tropical storm and hurricane force winds along our coast, waded through floodwaters, done live shot after live shot in the freezing cold where we hoped for snow but only got ice. And I've thought to myself, there has got to be an easier way to make a living. There are many, many unglamorous parts of this job. But there are also some pretty amazing things about being a journalist that I don't think I otherwise would have ever been able to experience. Got to cover a Final Four in which Duke men's basketball won a 5th national championship. And when President Obama invited Coach K and the team to go to the White House, I went as well. I visited Brazil for the first time to cover the Summer Olympics in Rio de Janeiro. We focused on the North Carolina athletes who competed, but I also had the chance to interview swimming phenom Katie Ledecky, gymnast Lori Hernandez, and I had the chance to watch Simone Biles compete in the all-around. It was an incredible experience. As chapters of my story were being filled with my work as a reporter and anchor, I realized that there was a chapter missing in my life, and that was becoming a mom. Tell you what, when I held my little girl in my arms for the first time on May 9th, 2014, I thought my heart was going to explode. We named her Elsa. And I feel like I always have to explain this. My daughter was not named after the Disney Queen of Arendelle. Frozen had already come out, but I didn't watch it. Elsa is named after my husband's grandmother, Elsie, and we just thought Elsa sounded more modern. Now Elsa is 8, about to turn 9. She loves everything Harry Potter. She loves to draw and paint. She loves science and math. She loves to bake, and she amazes me every day. And it's because of Elsa that I'm willing to work the crazy, some say awful, hours I do. I get into work really early at 3:30 a.m. Yeah, let that sink in. I hear the gasps, and I leave work at 1 p.m. after I anchor our hour-long noon news. But that means I'm home to pick her up from school, take her to after-school activities, have dinner as a family, and tuck her in at night. My daughter and I have the same bedtime. Now, if I were an evening news anchor, I would miss out on all of that. I never thought of myself as a morning person, but this works for this stage of my life. And so I've told my bosses I wouldn't trade the schedule because I cherish my time with my daughter and my family. Elsa's the first thought of my day, the last person I think about before going to sleep, and the best part of my day every day. I tell you all of this with a heart full of gratitude as I look at all that has manifested, the peaks and the valleys in the past 25 years. 25 years after getting that college degree. I'm not here to say I've figured it all out. Far from it. No matter which life stage we reach, we are all still working at life and trying to figure it out. But time does have a way of teaching us lessons and solidifying truths. And since I work at WRAL Channel 5, I'd like to share 5 truths that have helped me in my journey and perhaps will help you on yours. First, trust that the no's will lead to a yes. I told you about not getting my first journalism job until months after graduation, when many others in my class got scooped up at stations across the country. It was a lot of rejection and made me wonder if I was meant to be doing this. Good things take time. I got married when I was 31, had my daughter when I was 37, and became a Monday through Friday anchor at age 37. I wasted a lot of emotional energy comparing my milestones with others, wanting things to happen by a certain age and thinking that somehow people were more successful because they would hit those milestones before I did. Goals are great, but throw out the timeline that you have in your head. Milestones that were important to me happened when they were meant to happen. God has a plan. Trust in the process. Trust that the no's will lead to a yes that takes you where you're meant to be. Another truth, you can do anything, but you can't do everything. At least not all at one time, and not all the time. Parents especially, you probably feel me on this one. The to-do list goes on and on. I wish my house was cleaner. I'd like to exercise more. I definitely need to sleep more. Don't beat yourself up. Give yourself grace. Few people have it together, and the ones are trying to make it look like they do on social media. There's always tomorrow. Prioritize, delegate. I'm lucky to have a supportive partner, my husband, who shows up for me in so many ways. Plus, he cooks and helps around the house. We all like to say family is our number one priority, and big picture, that is true. But there are days when work takes precedence, and then there are other days when family obligations do. It's not so much a work-life balance as it is a work-life juggle. Now that I'm in my mid-40s, I've learned to be able to say no. If you don't feel like doing something, don't do it. Stop doing things out of guilt or obligation or because you feel like you're letting someone down. Prioritize the things that make you happy, that bring you joy. You can do anything, but you can't do everything. Third truth I've realized, everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about. An unsettling medical diagnosis, chronic health issues, family strife, death of a loved one, past trauma, mental health. We can't always see the scars, but they're there. So let's give each other grace and kindness. And if you're fighting a battle right now, know that you're not alone. Talk to somebody. Showing vulnerability is showing strength, not weakness. We all struggle, and when we share our struggles is when we can truly connect with each other. I told you how I wanted to become a mom. I never thought it would be so difficult to become one. My husband and I struggled through years of infertility. And those were some of the hardest, loneliest, saddest years of my life. I felt like my body failed me. And even science failed me. But God didn't fail me. Just when my husband and I were absolutely spent financially and emotionally and thought maybe we weren't meant to be parents, I found out I was pregnant with Elsa. And when she turned 2, I was so overcome with gratitude of my little miracle that I decided to share my story of the struggle. And I pitched the story idea to my managers, and they immediately agreed. It became a special series that ran on WREL called Truth in Trying. Part of it was my story, but it also took a broader look at how common infertility was, but rarely talked about. I interviewed other couples battling infertility. We looked at the financial and emotional costs of infertility, highlighted the latest medical research and resources for help. I also wrote a blog of my personal journey on WREL.com. I was hoping that maybe if it just helped one couple feel less lonely, it would be worth it. Never in my career have I ever received so much feedback on a story by way of comments, emails, letters, as this resonated with so many others. Not just those going through it, but people wanting to know how they could help their loved ones who are also on that same path. And so I tell you all this because the battles some people are facing are not always visible or obvious. Grace and kindness can go a long way. And whatever you may be going through, know that you are not alone. The fourth truth I want to share with you, pay attention to who shows up for you unconditionally. That's your inner circle, and that is your tribe. Show up unconditionally for them. Invest in these relationships because they are what will sustain you through life. We can get so immersed in the digital world, but it is the human connections that truly matter. Be sure to thank your parents, family, and friends who showed up for you today and who keep showing up for you unconditionally. And finally, truth number 5, just think, you are not even the best version of yourself yet. And that's a good thing. Because why? It is comforting to know that the best days in life are still ahead of us. Vera Wang tried journalism, but her passion was for design. She opened her first bridal boutique at age 40 and is now synonymous with high-end fashion and glamour. Samuel L. Jackson was in his early 40s when his career skyrocketed with his roles in Jungle Fever and Pulp Fiction. Toni Morrison was just shy of 40 when her first novel, The Bluest Eye, was published. Julia Child wrote her first cookbook at age 49. Ray Kroc sold milkshake devices for years until he bought McDonald's at the age of 52 and turned it into the world's biggest fast food franchise. And Michelle Yeoh won her first Academy Award at age 60 this past March, making her the first Asian to win an Oscar for lead actress. In her acceptance speech, she said, "Ladies, don't let anyone tell you you are ever past your prime. The best version of yourself is yet to be discovered." So whichever chapter of life you're living, don't let others write your story. You are the author, the journalist of your story. What would you like it to say? Your story is still being written, and the world can't wait to learn about it. Congratulations, class of 2023. Go shine your light, and thank you.
Each year during spring commencement, the university, in association with the General Board of Higher Education and Ministry of the United Methodist Church, presents the Exemplary Teaching Award to a full-time faculty member of North Carolina Wesleyan University who has distinguished themselves by demonstrating excellence in teaching, promotion of student learning, civility and concern for students and colleagues, commitment to value-centered education, service to students beyond the classroom, and service to the larger community beyond our campus. It is my honor this morning to present a deserving faculty member with the 2023 Exemplary Teaching Award. This is never an easy choice. Indeed, North Carolina Wesleyan is truly blessed with an extraordinary number of devoted educators who go above and beyond in their work with our students. This year's winner has been offering courses at North Carolina Wesleyan for 8 years. First as an adjunct instructor, and since 2017 as a full-time member of our faculty. She has taught almost 20 distinct courses at both the undergraduate and the graduate level, and she brings a sense of optimism and empowerment to each of those courses. Her positive energy is palpable in the classroom, and as someone who has been lucky enough to observe one of those classes, I can attest that students working with her are inspired to think more deeply and more critically about the work they are called to do. She gives them both the knowledge and the confidence that they will need to dream big dreams and help bring those dreams to life. Her ability to manage one of the largest advising loads on her faculty is a subject of some awe among her colleagues. But what is more amazing than the number of advisees with whom she works is the care and personal concern she shows to each and every one of them. One of her nominators for this award put it this way, quote, "The first day that I attended her class, she remembered me and my name immediately from interviewing me for a scholarship when I was still a prospective student. The way she addresses our concerns, the way she speaks to each one of us, the way she always asks, I can tell that she truly cares about her students. Her ability to hear her students, guide her students, and develop her students is clearly her most sterling credential for this honor. But she's also a model faculty member who's deeply committed to doing the work of this body. She is hardworking and deeply devoted to the institution. When she showed up well prepared and spent 2 grueling hours on an adult and professional studies task force late on the afternoon of her birthday, what we might call a highly significant birthday, all you can do is thank her, tip your hat, and buy her a cake. Perhaps it's not surprising that she put so much into Wesleyan because she's also one of our own, a graduate of North Carolina Wesleyan who has returned to give her professional excellence to her own alma mater. It's only appropriate that her alma mater and her colleagues return a token of that excellence to her. It's my privilege to present this year's Exemplary Teacher Award to Dr. Katrina Sweet. Dr. Sweet, please come forward.
Who's ready for the conferral of degrees? We move now to the conferral of degrees. I want to offer a brief word of appreciation to our faculty and staff who brought each graduate to this place on this day. Would the candidates for the degree Master of Business Administration please stand? On the recommendation of the faculty and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of North Carolina Wesleyan University, I hereby confer upon you the degree Master of Business Administration with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Please be seated. Would the candidates for the degree Master of Science please stand? This is our Masters of Science in Criminal Justice. On the recommendation of the faculty and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of North Carolina Wesleyan University, I hereby confer upon you the degree Master of Science with all of the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Please be seated. Would the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts please stand? On the recommendation of the faculty and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of North Carolina Wesleyan University, I hereby confer upon you the degree Bachelor of Arts with all of the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Please be seated. Would the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science please stand? On the recommendation of the faculty and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of North Carolina Wesleyan University, I hereby confer upon you the degree Bachelor of Science with all of the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Would the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Nursing please stand? On the recommendation of the faculty and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of North Carolina Wesleyan University, I hereby confer upon you the degree Bachelor of Science in Nursing with all of the rights and privileges pertaining thereto.
We now present degrees to our master's graduates. Each graduate's name will be called. They will enter the stage from the stairs by the podium. Their picture will be taken on stage, and then they will exit for a picture on the floor. May we have the master's graduates, please. Marshall DeQuan Adams. Crystal Michelle Anderson. Desiree Anna Blackley. Sharon Lynn Bright. Takeisha Lynette Daniel. Heather M. Dar. Mary Catherine Davis. Shaquana Letitia Deans. Jeffrey Ryan Edgerton. Shaquana Monique Edwards. Alexandria Rhodes Evans. Tony Earl Hedgepeth. Dominique Cherie Hernandez. Raquel Mashon Jones. Esther Kebby. Christopher Lawrence. Trevor Luke Leggett. Christopher Greg Melvin. Camelia Tonianetta Nicholson. Michael Barry Parker, Jr. Heather Nicole Perry. Sonia L. Phillips. Augusta Ray Preston. Gail Smith Rivera. Crystal Sade Robbins. Tammy Lynn Minshew Rundle. Cheryl Elizabeth Sanders. Tanika Lachey Scott. Emmett Tyrone Smith. Brianna McCole Spann. Kiora Taylor. Melissa A. Vandemark. Mia Tyler White. Amber Caitlin Gardner. Caleb Gates Harrell. Tracy Holmes. Kayla Nicole Johnson. Sean Daniel Leonard. Tamika Rochelle Lucas. Juan Martin Quintanilla, Jr. Jamaica Naivava Nunika Revis. Diamond Robertson. Jeffrey Wayne Sears. Mark Anthony Strickland, Jr. Cassandra Victoria Sutherland. Kara Rowell. We will now proceed to our bachelor's graduates. Michaela Lee Ahart. Esmeralda Arias Velasquez. Eric Walker Baird, summa cum laude. Andrew K. Bass. Bentley John Blunt. Lori Chanel Thompson Bradshaw. Indira Lucia Brooks. Michelle Madeline Chalmers. Belinda Darden Cherry, cum laude. Jayla Clark. Caitlin Rochelle Clark, cum laude. Veronica Boone. Tammy Britton. Megan Alexis Cobb, cum laude. David Charles Cooper, magna cum laude. Chase Corey. Jadzia Kuvarabius. Tanisha G. Cox. Travis Cross. Congratulations, sir. Excited? Jeffrey Dean Duncan, Jr., magna cum laude. Haley Dillon, summa cum laude. Devin Connor Evans, magna cum laude. Jordan Elizabeth Francie, graduate of the honors program, summa cum laude. Priya Veine Garcia Lugo. Chandrea Gunter. Daisy Arde Hale. Stephen W. Hall, Jr. Jimmy Lamont Zachariah Harris. Ashley Nicole Henderson. Skylar G. Hopper, graduate of the Honors Program, magna cum laude. Joshua Edmund Hughes, magna cum laude. Daria Janelle Jones. Sierra Alexis Joyner, graduate of the Honors Program, summa cum laude. Brandon Allen King. Kira Christensen, summa cum laude. John M. LaGreca, summa cum laude. Zachary Edward Lange. Caleb S. Logan. Emilian McCoy. Latrell Tyree McDougald, cum laude. Tamia J. Montgomery. Valentine Morelli DeSanzo, magna cum laude. Karma M. Munoz. Elijah G. Myers. Leslie Navarro Juarez, magna cum laude. Jackson Russell Nethercutt, cum laude. Eugene Jontu Okoko. Terry Devon Pearsall, Jr. Ryan Pecci Young, cum laude. Elizabeth Perry. Holden Scott Pridgeon. Labricia T. Reynolds. Diana Lisbeth Ruano, transfer honors. Isabel Sarmiento. Jasmine Alana Silver Jones. Gotcha. Crystal Shante Simpson, cum laude. Angelica Faith Staggers. Brittany Tippett, summa cum laude. Congratulations, sir. Joe Turner III. Linda H. Underdew. Jasmine Valdovinos. Alexis E. Vick. Imagine seeing you. Shane Ray Vick. Allison Melissa Wikrowski. Jamani Deshawn Williams. Marika Adams. Tanya Denise Adams. Tasha Davis Austin, cum laude. Orangel Daniel Alvarez Aguilar, magna cum laude.
Matan Amate. Brandon Arnold. Kenneth Darnell Arrington. Crystal Denise Atkins. Claire Danielle Bailey. David Jaden Barker. Nia Alexandra Barn. Christian E. Barnes. Desmond Arnell Barnes, magna cum laude. Patrice Jarrell Barnes, magna cum laude. Jamie L. Battle. Agustine Belgiorno. Tiana Bellamy. Margaret Jean Bentley. Mariah Berkovich. Rodney M. Bethay, Jr. Teresa Ann Bowren, transfer honors. Cameron Lamont Devon Boone. Traven Blackwell. Michael Bowens. John Colby Price Branham. Latrice Renee Braswell. Gonzalo Brodsky. Christopher Michael Brown, magna cum laude. Sherry Brown Stansel. Jacob J. Brumley. Crystal Arlene Campbell. Trenton M. Carmen. Andrea C. Carr, magna cum laude. Trinace A. Chambly, magna cum laude. Angeline Shamlong, cum laude. James D. Chazar, Jr. Deasia Clark. Gabriel David Clark. William Cockrell. Megan Webb Coggin, summa cum laude. Delisha S. Cooper. Nikita Simone Cooper. Renata Keyshawn Cox. Ryan Chusa. Amanda B. Daughtridge, transfer honors. Evangeline Nicole Davis. Teresa Ann Davis, cum laude. Zachary Myers Deans, cum laude. Jalen Dewberry, cum laude. DeQuavion Nazir Dickens, magna cum laude. Braden Dixon, magna cum laude. Joshawn Lee Dixon, magna cum laude. Tyson Andrew Duff, magna cum laude. Hunter Kevin Dupre. Fallon Epps, magna cum laude. Mohammed Inguane Kosin Faye. Katie C. Fobbs, magna cum laude. Hamish William Johnson Foreman, transfer honors. Sierra Nicole Gamble. Clayton Allen Gilmore. Sydney Nicole Gould, transfer honors. Nicholas Samuel Green, cum laude. Janetta Green Robinson. Hazar Danielle Guevara. Jacob Hughes Gutschel, transfer honors. Abigail Perez Guzman, graduate of the honors program, summa cum laude. Stephanie Alicia Hall. Letitia Shantae Hamilton. Kaylee M. Harrington. Janika Arlette Harris. Christopher Jaquez Hatch. Kate Elizabeth Hawkins, magna cum laude. Kashanti Henry. Eliani Hernandez Acosta, summa cum laude. Sandra Dickens Hilliard. Michaela J. Himes. Ania Hinton. Destiny Keyshawn Hinton. Marcus Braden Howard. Keisha Asia LaKay Hunter. Keisha Asia LaKay Hunter. Kelsey Renee Hutchinson. Bill Herbert Isabane, magna cum laude. Jennifer Wall Job, transfer honors. Shanisha Alejandra Jones, magna cum laude. Han Jumashoff, graduate of the honors program, summa cum laude. Elena Kavanaugh, magna cum laude. Sharon Denise Key. Catherine Ray Kelly, summa cum laude. Andrea LaKay, cum laude. Clorinda D. LaFranc. Shuo Lan. Ignacio Enrique Lander Ramirez, summa cum laude. Toby Wade Larson. Sabrina Lawrence, transfer honors. Ebony Denise Layton. Isaiah James Lewis. Taisha Monique Lewis. Victoria Ann Little. Tamika Lowry. Teresa Chestnut Lucas, cum laude. Deontay Montrell Lucenti, cum laude. Caitlin Audria May. Ebony Sapphire Male. Phyllis Denise Mayo, cum laude. April Nicole McLean. Latricia R. McKinney. Kaylee Alexandra Milton Monroe. Kathy Mitchell. Tamara Christian Monk. Shelby Mackenzie Moody. Luke Allen Moorhead. Anthony C. Moy, Jr., cum laude. Turbat Mangcharda. Brianna Page Myers. Isabel Morgan Neal, graduate of the Honors Program, summa cum laude. Ignace Michelangelo Gakala. Allison Newman, cum laude. Justin Michael Nickel, magna cum laude. Thomas Shelton Nixon IV, cum laude. Robert James Norton Jr., summa cum laude. Kenneth Scott Knoll. Herbert Ogwang, cum laude. Pascal Emeka Orwuser. Drifton Scott Paget, cum laude. Ashton Palmer, cum laude. Kivera Luna Pardillo. Biju Patel. Anthony Joseph Patterson, magna cum laude. Garrett Olin Payne. Ty Thomas Peel, cum laude. Tressa Chanel Green. Facundo Picardo. Naomi Shane O. Pilapple, graduate of the Honors Program, magna cum laude. Anthony Najee Pope. Faith Nicole Preston. Jacqueline Denise Price, magna cum laude. Gridges Lanicia Mitchell Pryor. Halzid Pupuliku. Asil Sammy Kasem, cum laude. Aya Sammy Kasem. Wynisha Daisha Quick. Kelsey Brooke Rhodes. Alton Maurice Richardson, cum laude. Christopher Durrell Richardson. Ebony Denise Richardson. Jade Kamaya Deshay Richardson. Samuel Austin Richardson. Tamika Natisse Richardson, cum laude. Kelly Hobbs Riggle, summa cum laude. Autumn Joy Robertson, cum laude. Noah Russell Robertson. Shakia Andrea Robertson, transfer honors. Agustin Rodriguez Rende. Wilbur Andre Royal. Tiffany S. Ruffin, cum laude. Alexander Ruffin III. Gabrielle Ann Sale, magna cum laude. Jarrell Deshawn Simmons. Sierra Sledge. Malik Deontay Small. Amanda Michelle Smith. William Spate, graduate of the Honors Program, summa cum laude. Snejana Spinaki. Nicholas Payne Stolesworth, cum laude. Christina Grace Strickland, magna cum laude. Katrina B. Suggs. Sophia Sweeney, summa cum laude. LaShira Taylor. Jonathan Terrell, summa cum laude. Chelsea Renee Thompson, summa cum laude. Stephen Tucker, cum laude. Paul Turamai, magna cum laude. Daniela Umugje, graduate of the Honors Program, summa cum laude. Tristan Vostine, magna cum laude. Angel Gray Vaughn, summa cum laude. Brendan Kenneth Vogel, cum laude. Sarah Grace Ann Wall, cum laude. Monica Dia Walton. Matthew Stephen Ward. Taylor Alexis Webb, magna cum laude. Nolan Welloff. Colby Dean Whaley, magna cum laude. Lane Alexander White. Rihanna May Wilder, cum laude. Christy Ebron Williams, magna cum laude. Keontae Zion Jarday Williams. Shannon Danielle Williams. Tina Denise Daniels Williams, summa cum laude. William S. Winters. Mackenzie Wood. Salbe Hafiz Yasin Young. Luca Zalo, summa cum laude. Luis Esteban Zurita Jalil, cum laude. Natro DeHaven Dove, transfer honors. Bridget Denise Eason. Nicole Bowens Richardson. Latoya Watson Battle. Transfer honors.
Congratulations once again. Those in the stands must have had a late breakfast. Each year, 2 North Carolina Wesleyan University graduates are selected to receive prestigious awards which recognize special achievement. The first that we will recognize is the Algernon Sidney Sullivan Award recipient. This award is presented to a senior who best exemplifies excellence in character, leadership, service to the community, and a commitment to spiritual values. This humanitarian award is meant to recognize those who have selflessly given to others or served others in some way. The recipient is chosen by the Honors Awards Committee. Your 2023 Algernon Sidney Sullivan Award goes to Deasia Clark. The President's Cup Award is presented to the senior who best exhibits those characteristics considered most desirable in a graduate. Of particular importance is the attainment of the highest standards of academic performance as demonstrated by the overall grade point average at North Carolina Wesleyan University. The recipient is also chosen by the Honors Awards Committee. Your 2023 President's Cup recipient is Allison Witrowski.
Honorary degrees are conferred on individuals whose lives are characterized by remarkable achievements and sustained commitments to the values stated in the mission of North Carolina Wesleyan University, namely preparing students for professional advancement, lifelong learning, and responsible participation in their communities. There is a common thread of service to others among honorary degree recipients. Mrs. Renee Chu certainly qualifies. Therefore, upon the recommendations of the Honorary Degree Committee and the approval of the Board of Trustees, it is my privilege to bestow upon Mrs. Renee Chu the degree of Doctor of Literature honoris causa with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Class of 2023, join me in welcoming back to the podium Mrs. Renee Chu.
Good morning, North Carolina Wesleyan family and friends. Today is a very special day for our ROTC program as we say goodbye and good luck to our newest second lieutenants, Elijah Myers and Joshua Hughes. Today marks a pivotal moment in their lives and career. Today they will begin their service as leaders in the United States Army. We will do this by administering the oath of office. Doctors, lawyers, public officials, and our military are some of the few professionals that take such an oath. The oath represents an officer's rite of passage from cadet to commissioned officer on behalf of the President of the United States. The oath affirms their commitment to defend the American people and our way of life against all enemies, foreign and domestic. It further represents the pledge to uphold and live by the Army values of loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage. Finally, the oath of office represents a special trust that a newly commissioned lieutenant will take care of America's sons and daughters and provide them with competent, confident, and caring leadership. This is the charge that today Second Lieutenants Elijah Myers and Joshua Hughes will accept. Myers, Hughes, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Having been appointed an officer in the Army of the United States, in the grade of Second Lieutenant, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, and that I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office upon which I'm about to enter. So help me God. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to introduce you to Wesleyan's newly commissioned second lieutenants. Second Lieutenant Elijah Myers, Military Intelligence, Armor, and Second Lieutenant Joshua Hughes, Field Artillery.
President Duff, faculty, Board of Trustee members, and most importantly, students and guests. My name is Kimberly Langus. I'm a 2000 graduate of North Carolina Wesleyan, and I am honored to be here in the capacity of the Vice President of the Alumni Association. I'm extremely proud of your accomplishments. You have faced several challenges like no other, and I will say a pandemic. You have overcome many obstacles to sit where you are today, and I want to leave you with one thing. Cherish those memories and the experiences that you have had for the last 4 years. Be the change as you control the narrative. You can't go back and change the beginning of the story, but you can start where you are today and change the ending. You will continue to be part of the North Carolina Wesleyan community, and it needs your engagement as well. Please let our alumni office know how to reach you, where you are, what you're doing, so we can celebrate your accomplishments with you, and you in turn can celebrate Wesleyan's accomplishments with us. Today you received a commemorative coin in your packet. Each year, each class receives their own commemorative coin with the traditional seal and motto on one side and the university seal on the other. With the receipt of this coin and completion of your degree requirements, you join a community of over 16,000 Wesleyan alumni. For those graduating today, for those that will attend classes in the coming years, the administration, the faculty, and staff, and all those that graduated before and after us, whether you attended classes at the Rocky Mount campus or at one of the adult and professional study campuses, we are North Carolina Wesleyan, and we are all bishops for life. As you leave today, your travels may take you very short distances or maybe thousands of miles. Whatever the case, I can tell you your experience that a part of you will most certainly remain here. Now please join me as we transfer our tassels from right to left. On behalf of the Wesleyan University alumni community, it is my great honor and pleasure to welcome each of you as members of the Wesleyan University Alumni Association. Now everyone please stand and welcome back to the stage Miss Letitia Scott, a 2006 alumni, to sing the alma mater.
We honor faith that seeks life whole, whose hearts and minds unite in soul, whose freedom teaches self-control, a gift which we inherit, confirmed in these unrivaled years of learning, laughter, and of tears, of yearning hope amid of fears. We praise thee for thy spirit, Wesleyan alma mater. Now we join with voices raised. May thy name be blessed in singing, and by grateful lives be praised.
Remain standing. Congratulations and best wishes again to all of our graduates. You make all of us proud. We wish each of you the very best in the coming years. I urge you to keep in touch with your alma mater. You are a part of the Wesleyan family for life. As we do the retrieval of colors, our chaplain, Reverend Ferguson, will offer our benediction.
We ask that the audience stand and remain at your seat until those in the procession and the graduates have left the commencement area. I will then come back and dismiss the guests. Now let us receive the blessing. May God's love that's unconditional, God's joy that the world did not give and cannot take away, and the peace of God which surpasses all understanding, guard our hearts and our minds. In Jesus' name, amen. Again, thank you all for attending the 2023 commencement. Please use the two exits to my left. To my left, please use those two exits. Your graduate will meet you at the front of the building. Thank you again.